Welcome to the Mental Health Awareness at Work training video, developed by RehabWorks for North Middlesex University Hospital. This is the last of the 3 short videos and lasts around 10 minutes. There will be some questions at the end of the video. These can be reflected upon by yourself or discussed as a group and will help to supplement and reinforce your learning. In the first video, we learnt about what mental health actually is, common mental health conditions, and how frequent they are. In the second video, we then reviewed some of the causes of mental health conditions and how they can affect our overall well-being. We explored anxiety and depression in more depth, and then we identified the early warning signs of common mental health problems. In this video, we'll look at how we can start to talk about mental health problems, what strategies we can use to manage or prevent mental health conditions, and some basic advice on what to do if someone tells you that they're feeling suicidal.
Hopefully, the stigma associated with mental health problems is going to reduce. This will mean that it's going to be more common for people to feel comfortable to talk about their mental health. To prepare you for these types of conversations and make sure that you both get the most out of them, there's some general advice that you can follow. To start with, you need to make sure that if you're going to have this type of conversation, you actively listen. Active listening means, as its name suggests, actively listening. That is, staying in the moment and fully concentrating on what's being said, rather than just passively hearing the message of the speaker. Remember, if you agree to engage with someone about their mental health, give them your undivided attention. Don't talk to them while working on your computer or start checking emails. If someone asks to talk to you and you're too busy and you can't do it there and then, agree a suitable time to talk and stick to it. Take a non-judgmental approach. Lots of the time, the words we hear trigger a reaction in our own minds. This means that we've often switched off to what the person's really saying and are following our own train of thought. We might listen to the words, but we don't really hear what the person is actually trying to say. Non-judgmental listening is about the listener adopting a set of attitudes and using listening skills, verbal and non-verbal, that allows the listener to hear and understand exactly what's being said and enable the person to talk freely and comfortably about problems without feeling that he or she is being judged. Reflect what the person's saying. Reflection's a powerful skill that can reinforce the message of the speaker and demonstrate understanding. You can do this by paraphrasing what the speaker said in order to show that you fully understand exactly what they've said. Try not to rush them. It can be difficult for people to talk about their mental health, and so it's important that you don't rush them. Be aware of your body language. Looking at your watch or fidgeting may make you appear that you need to be somewhere else. Finally, show that you value and respect the person and what they're saying. The second thing to consider is how we give reassurance and information. When doing this, there's some things to remember. The first is to normalise their experience. For example, it would be normal if an employee said they felt anxious and worried if they've been told that they've been placed into a redundancy pool. The second is to validate their feelings. This involves recognising someone's feelings and acknowledging them as important. Finally, try to instill hope and provide them with realistic optimism. Remember, with the right support or treatment, mental health conditions can be extremely well managed. The third thing is to encourage self-help strategies. There's lots of self-help strategies that people can use to help improve their mental health. One of these is to commit to having a social life. Socialising with friends and family can make you feel connected and help you feel valued. It also gives you a chance to see things from a different perspective and helps stop you feeling isolated. It's also beneficial to make time for therapeutic activities. These don't necessarily have to be formal and might include things like relaxation. You may already know what helps you to relax, like having a bath, listening to music, or taking your dog for a walk. If you know that a certain activity helps you to feel more relaxed, make sure you set aside time to do it. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is a therapeutic technique that involves being more aware of the present moment. This can mean both outside, in the world around you, and inside, in your feelings and thoughts. Practicing mindfulness can help you to become more aware of your own moods and reactions. Getting into nature. Getting out into a green environment, such as a park or the countryside, is especially good for you. Even if you don't have a garden or aren't very mobile, caring for plants or animals indoors can still help you get some benefits from nature. Taking steps to look after your physical health can help you manage your mental health too. Making sure you get enough sleep is incredibly important. It's advised that most people get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep each day. Although this figure varies slightly between each individual, it's not recommended that you have less than 6 or more than 10 hours. Keeping physically active. Regular exercise doesn't have to be very strenuous or sporty to be effective. To start with, you could try gentle exercises like going for a short walk, doing some yoga, or going swimming. The important thing is to pick something you enjoy doing so that you're more likely to stick with it. Avoid drugs and alcohol. While you may want to use drugs or alcohol to cope with difficult feelings, in the long run, they can make you feel a lot worse. Eat healthily. It's obvious that what we eat can affect our physical health, but it actually has a big impact on our mental health as well. A healthy diet can improve your mood, give you more energy, and help you to think more clearly. Finally, make time for personal care. When you're experiencing a mental health problem, it's easy for personal care to not feel like a priority. But small, everyday things such as taking a bath and getting fully dressed can make a big difference to how you feel. By being alert of the risk of suicide, you could save someone's life. Alert can be used as an acronym to mean ask. You may feel frightened to bring up the subject of suicide in case you think it will put the idea in their head. This is not true. Don't hesitate to raise the subject. Be direct in a caring and supportive way. Listen. Let the person talk about their feelings and listen carefully to what they have to say. Try not to judge them. Rather than dismissing their thoughts as silly, try to understand why they're feeling this way. Let them know you care. Encourage. Now is the time to move forward with hope and get help to keep the person safe. You may feel out of your depth to help further, but there are people out there who can. Encourage the person to make an appointment with their GP, their employee assistance provider, or to call the Samaritans. Right now. If the person has an immediate suicide plan and means to carry it out, do not leave them alone. Get help immediately by phoning a doctor, 999, or a local crisis support service. Tell someone. Never promise secrecy. Dealing with suicide can be difficult and you can't do it alone. Find someone to talk to about your own feelings.
If you need further support on any of the issues we've covered in this training video, it's worth looking on your intranet or contacting Care First, your employee assistance program provider.
There's a wealth of fantastic services available online, all freely available and with materials that can be downloaded.
If you need to get in touch with your EAP provider for free and confidential advice and support, their contact details are shown here. I hope that you found this brief video beneficial. Please now pause the video to discuss the following questions.